Okay, we're all going to be getting together in Wilmington this summer for a training venue like that's never been seen before. I'm really looking forward to it so we can chat a little bit more and actually maybe sit down and have one of these kind of video discussions in person while we're there.
Comment carefully.
Yeah, but one of the things that I wanted to thank you, and really I do owe you both a very big, thank you. Because this debt of gratitude extends to so many people out there who are going to be able to go to an affordable boot camp, spend 9 days with the two of you in a comprehensive arena where technology will flow that comes from you guys that's going to assist these folks in being successful in going and taking the lab and becoming CCIEs or just becoming better network engineers. Because let's face it, this kind of knowledge and this kind of training isn't only for labs. Makes you a better network engineer. But, knowing that you guys get along so well, I'm just curious, how the heck are you going to divvy up the subject matter and the material and when you deliver it? I mean, how are you going to split this up?
Well, he's going to do subnetting because I just don't get it.
So, I'm a spanning tree, man.
I can do that. It's a layer 2 thing. I'm good with that.
Oh, God.
As long as it's a blue cable. We go to the yellow ones, kind of messes things up.
I hate it when they change the color of the cables, man.
They do, I know. It changes everything.
I spoke earlier, and we decided to do some of the stuff, some of the items in the blueprint individually, and some of them we're going to do them together. Mm-hmm. For example, switching, and I believe, what was it, Scott? Frame relay is going to be handled by Scott.
Yep.
OSPF EIGRP is going to be handled by me. BGP and MPLS.
Because we didn't want to do it.
Oh, RIP. Yeah, I'm going to do the RIP. Hey, man, people talk about RIP. And I always bring the same question. You have 6 routers in between 2 end routers, and all of these 6 routers are running OSPF. The end routers are running RIP, man. And, you ask the students, show me 2 ways to get the upper routers RIP routes in bottom routers RIP routing table. They look at you, they go, redistribution. You go, no, not allowed. Tunneling, not allowed. So it can get pretty confusing, but we're not going to cover RIP. Do you want to cover RIP, Scott?
Yeah, I can, I suppose.
Oh, maybe. All right, so
OSPF. We'll do a 3-minute section on
it. So I'm going to do OSPF, EIGRP, and RIP, and Scott is going to do multicasting. IPv6, we're going to do it together. Not talk at the same time, but...
oh, come on, we'll sync up.
You can do like the Donnie and Marie thing,
Actually, my lips are going to move, but he's going to talk.
I don't want to know where his hand's going to be.
Well, don't talk about the hands.
No cussing, please.
Hey, I can cuss. I'm over 50.
Well,
did you beep it out?
This is pretty exciting. I think that the material being covered by both of you guys is going to really create a venue like none that's ever happened before. But you know something? The population of CCIEs is still remaining so low that and the demand is so high. There's been a lot of folks discussing the real value of the certification. I've been published in Tech Republic several times now. And one of the themes that continues to come back is the value of the certification. Now, recently, this week, I was actually published in Tech Republic with one about a future CCIE who's gone and made a couple of attempts, and he's actually spent so much money and time away from his kids. I mean, is it really worth the blood, sweat, and tears? Can you guys really shed some light on what you think the value is of the certification, and if it was really worth all of this I guess, desperate cry for help when somebody can't make it? Is it really worth the investment that these guys are putting into it?
It depends on what your plan is. I mean, with everything that you're going to do, you got to have a plan. You got to understand where you're going. If you pick the certification, it's kind of like back in the 90s. You remember those ads that say if you get your MCSE, you can make a 6-figure salary? I'm going to call bullshit on that one. But You know, but other than that, everybody had this goal that they had to have that because this was this, you know, magic bullet thing to earn lots of money. That's a motivation. That's not a plan.
Yeah.
Right? So even if you want to use that as your motivation, you still have to understand what it is you're going after and what it's going to take to get there. You know, yes, it's going to be a lot of work. Yes, there's going to be sacrifices. No, it's not very likely that you'll pass on the first time. You know, if it's any consolation to anybody, I didn't pass the first time either. Narbik probably did, but I didn't.
I was lucky though, honest to God. Passing on the first go, it's only luck.
Well, I heard this because you brought wine to the proctor, but still.
I knew him.
No, wait a minute. I heard he was whining.
What did you pay?
I heard he was whining to the proctor, so it was.
Oh, maybe that was.
Always there, man. That's always there.
Well,
it's what you want, Eman. I mean, if you look at the job market today, very seldom you come across a CCIE that is not employed. If that CCIE is unemployed, I don't know, there's a problem there. He probably doesn't know how to conduct an interview. He probably oversells himself or undersells himself. Mm-hmm. There's a problem there. But typically speaking, CCIEs are not unemployed.
It's true.
So it's just like anything else, man. Do you want this? You got to go there and get it. And if it was that easy, then CCIEs would not be. We wouldn't be having this interview today. But you know, the problem. One thing I see. I don't know if Scott, you've been teaching outside of U.S. as well. For example, in one class in Poland, in my very first class, I had 16 people in there, and 12 of them passed.
Wow.
And in every class that I teach in Poland, over 60% of people pass. Now, it's not that they're so much smarter than us. It's just that in some countries, I don't mean Poland maybe, in some countries, you need to get that. And this is the chance that you have to get out of this low income and go to the very next bracket. In U.S., we never had that problem. I hope to God we never do. But so as a result of that, sometimes we don't work as hard as some of these people do. Now, I don't mean this is true every single case, and that is where the problem is, I think.
I see the hate mail coming in on that one. You know something, though? one of the reasons...
Hey, I was reading what you wrote earlier on, man.
That was me, I know. I've been traveling around the world, and I tell you, my heart goes out to some of these people. I've met refugees in different countries. When I was in Cairo, for instance, I met several that were African refugees. And I think this certification could change their lives, because then they would change their income bracket. They wouldn't be just despondent folks that are living off of the dole. Instead, they would be out there and be able to return at least somewhere close to the nuclear family and be able to rebuild.
This is what I was trying to say.
Yeah, is that there's motivation there.
Yeah. It's a different motivation.
It's not even so much the ethic, to some degree, yes, but there's more motivation there, and people are willing to take the steps and do the work for it. It's not the entitlement, or it's not the idea that, oh yeah, I can get this. You know, I don't know how many emails I see in like group study about, oh, I'm going to get my routing and switching in 5 months.
Yeah.
Help yourself out, dude. If you're not doing anything else, and if you got a lot of experience, sure, you can do that. If you're coming from 0 to CCIE, you know, you might do that. You might get really lucky like Narbik did, but you're probably not going to get a job.
Well, I tell you, we've been at this for a little while here. I want to thank you both for taking the time out to do this first What's Going On with me for the CCIE Flyer. I'd like to get together with you again in April and cover a little bit about another training session that I'm trying to get you both to coordinate for in the UK. There's a lot of demand. I've been getting a lot of emails about this, you guys, so we're going to have to try to...
We'll travel.
We have to figure out how to smuggle you in and out of the country. But yeah, I'd like to say thank you, and if you wouldn't mind bidding farewell to our audience, I'd like to just close this up by saying, guys, thanks so much for joining us. I really appreciate it. I hope to get your talking heads back into my dungeon here sometime in the near future and to upgrade the technology I'm using to actually do this.
So we need telepresence.
There you go.
I need Cisco support. See, I've got this logo on my shirt, but I must give you a disclaimer. I don't represent Cisco systems. Thanks, guys.